So this idea about human exceptionalism. So if you look throughout human history, like human exceptionalism has been great in some instances and has been terrible in others. Like think about what we've done with the environment. This idea about human exceptionalism as like we're the most important species on the planet. Like this has really done a lot of damage in a lot of ways. It's also given us things like, you know, how can we be compassionate and kind to our kin and those people around us, and how can we actually see suffering? How can we recognize consciousness in another being? It's like, well, this is a being that's kind of like myself in this way. And so this idea of human exceptionalism, I think it's this kind of, it really is like an innate hardwired thing that we have. And now we're just facing a different version of that with AI and large language models. And I think it's something that we all kind of innately have, that we want to like protect, the thing that makes us who we are. It's this kind of deep-seated thing as like, well, I am this and they are like me as well. I empathize with them. So I think there's this element where human exceptionalism, it can be used for like a lot of good things, but it also can be very, very damaging. I have a colleague, Tim Bain, who thinks about infant consciousness. And infant consciousness is like, we have this idea, well, okay, well, of course, like, yeah, 5-year-old children, 3-year-old children, 1-year-old child, like a newborn baby, these are all conscious. And then we actually start to think about, well, the consciousness that is within the womb in this kind of way. You know, actually, it's only been since about the 80s that we've actually recognized that fetuses were conscious. We actually basically used to operate on newborn babies up until the 80s because we didn't think that they were conscious. This was the 80s. We still were operating on babies in this because we didn't think that they felt conscious experience. And now, so it comes to this kind of idea is like the more we see something as human, the more we kind of empathize with it. And if we also negate things that don't seem actually in some way that can be detrimental. The way we've treated animals, the way we've treated infants up until the 80s, the way we've treated animals, the way we've treated like our ecosystem. If we always just going, non-human entities are not useful, we have to be really careful. So I actually think this brings up a kind of question about, well, how are we actually treating these things? I swear at like AI a lot. I get frustrated by it. I'm always swearing at it. Saying, actually, is this the right thing to be doing? So that's just kind of, I won't ramble too much about it. I could speak a lot about human exceptionalism, but I think we just have to be careful of having that kind of knee-jerk reaction about human exceptionalism, but then also preserving something about it as well. There is something there that is important.